And here I thought I had the music running and it wasn't running. Wow. A lot of interesting things happened yesterday at the Creative Summit, of course, as you might expect. And we're going to be talking about some of those. I've gone over the notes that Apple released about what's going to happen in the Final Cut Pro, and there's more to it than just the scrolling timeline by far. There's a thing called the secondary, what is it called? Compound, we'll go over it in a minute, but it's like a compound clip secondary storyline combination, but everything expands right in the main timeline. That's a big, big, big deal. And it's coming later this month. It means it's coming in November, which is fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. Don't forget our sponsors today that helped bring me Final Cut TV over here, Final Cut TV to the Creative Summit, Core Mount, Hedge for video, and Blackmagic and Future Media Concepts. Thank you for the thumbs up. It's appreciated. Let's go right to the comments, because we are here for you. So I woke up this morning, I got plenty of sleep, a little too much. I got up initially at 3:25, and then I went back to sleep to about 4:30. And when I woke up, I just noticed before I went on that my left eye was red. I didn't really feel it, but I noticed in the mirror it was red, so I had to put eye drops in. And if you notice, have you ever tried to put eye drops in yourself? It's a little difficult. Tilt your head back, keep the thing hovering above your eyes and whatever. But anyway, it's not unusual. I had the same thing when I went to NAB. So let's get started on this stuff. We're going to start with the Apple release notes from their website. Let me see now. How do I do that on this? I can't do that with this setup that I have. Normally I have a separate screen. But let's do some comments first. I gotta tilt my glasses. The rolling timeline will save me more time than going from my 16-inch M1 Mac Pro to the fastest M3. I am thrilled. I am thrilled too. I've been asking for it since Final Cut version 5. Not 10.5, but 5. We have our good friend Yari says, good afternoon, Richard. Well, it's good morning here. It's very early, but thank you, Yari, for tuning in. Good morning from the Pacific Northwest. We're in the same time zone finally. Yes, for a couple more days anyway. Richard, where and how can I find your music? I have to get that organized. I haven't organized it online yet. There's CDs that are available, but they're pretty rare. There's some albums and stuff. You have to go to collectors' places to get them. Good morning. I thought I was late. Sorry. Launch happening right now. Event happening right now. It's not happening right now. It happened yesterday. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, you mean the Final Cut Pro launch? Is that right? Yeah, I'll have to see. Hi from the UK. Thanks for the updates on Final Cut Pro. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. We got a lot of thumbs up again already. We got a lot of people watching live. That bed looks well slept in. It was well slept in for today for sure. I was trying to get up at 3:30, but I went back to bed and stayed till 4:30. So let's see what happens. Good morning from Germany. Thank you for tuning in from Germany. Absolutely. Good morning from the Midwest here. Melanie McMahon. Excellent. There's our friend Torgrim Grimstad, who came to the summit in 2019 but missed this one. Group. Hello from Norway. For a beginner, would you recommend starting to learn Final Cut, or is it too far behind DaVinci Resolve? Here's what I recommend for beginners. Try the 90-day trial of Final Cut. Doesn't cost you anything. 90 days you get it for. 90 days. And try the free version of DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve has an enormous catalog of tutorials on their website and PDF manuals, 2,200 page, 3,000 page PDF manuals on how to work it. There's tons and tons of YouTube videos. Try DaVinci Resolve, try Final Cut Pro trial. You got it for 90 days. You got it for 90 days for free. There's no reason not to try it before you try. And as I do, I use both. I use both. I use DaVinci and Final Cut. I like them both. Final Cut is still my number one because I've been using it for over 20 years, but I do like and use DaVinci Resolve as well. Matthew says, good morning, Richard. Well, good morning to you as well. It is good morning. Oh, so Group is the brother of Compound Clip. Gotcha. I'll go over and read that stuff. I saw the eye, but don't touch it. Good reminder. I usually don't touch my eyes, but I put the drops in. I had the same thing at NAB this year. I woke up one morning, I had one of my eyes were red. It's just the irritation in the dry weather more than anything. And I got these drops from my optometrist, and they work really, really well. So, good morning from Bangkok. Absolutely, good morning from Bangkok. It was an exciting day yesterday. Good morning from Rio de Janeiro. Thank you for all the info, Richard. Absolutely. I'm not done. This is just day one. We still got more stuff to talk about. Have you been to the big Q&A yet? No, the Q&A wraps up the event on Wednesday. Wednesday is the last event. It's the Q&A with the Final Cut Pro team. But we already saw the Final Cut Pro team presentation. We talked with them. I mean, it wasn't a Q&A situation. It was the presentation, and they did a great job. And they really, really care about Final Cut Pro. That's one thing you can be sure of. They really, really care about Final Cut Pro. So Sony launched a new camera, A9 Mark II. I didn't stay till the end. I see. Yeah, I was looking for, when I got my Lumix S5 Mark II X, the X version. I was waiting for Sony to update their A7 IV or A7S III, and they didn't do either one, so I just got the Panasonic, which I'm very satisfied with. How do you see the new Final Cut Pro version up and running? Did you see? Yes, we did see it up and running yesterday, in person, absolutely. We saw the scrolling timeline, the improved waveform redrawing, the metal learning tracking thing, and we had saw the secondary storyline. What do they call it? I have to go back and look. It's a secondary storyline now, attached secondary storyline or something like that. I have to go over the details about that, but that's a big deal. Get gel drops. I never heard of gel drops. Left a message on Messenger. I don't have a whole lot of time to check Messenger these days. Good morning from Jamaica. Absolutely. Fantastic. It was an exciting day yesterday. The Final Cut Pro team, everybody at Apple, we went to the Spaceship campus, to the Apple Park. They could not have been more cordial and friendly and inviting, and they had great food for us and great stuff to drink, and we had hours there to walk around and scroll, and they took us and showed us how the campus is laid out. They also had a demo room, and one thing I want to say, and some of you may be saying, what are you talking about? The more I see Final Cut on the iPad, the more impressed I am with it. So they did some updates to Final Cut for iPad so that they now have voiceover tool. They should have had it from the beginning, but now they have it. It's really cool because you can actually drag it anywhere you want to on the screen. You can actually drag the voiceover tool anywhere you want on the screen, which is very, very cool. And I'm continuously impressed about the ability to write on screen on the iPad, which is very cool, and it turns it into animations. And it's getting more mature, as you would expect from a V1 version to whatever version it is now. And the Final Cut Pro team is excited about the iPad version, so let's give them some love for that. Did the Apple team mention some future roadmap? I'll have to think about that, how I would answer that. What is your schedule for today? I've got to get down to the event by before 9, and there's some kind of a panel discussion first, so I want to get down there before about 8:30 or so. I got to leave here at 8 at the latest. I don't need breakfast today. My breakfast yesterday was enough for 2 days, so I don't have to eat breakfast. I have a banana and I have coffee. Let me tell you about my coffee situation. I drink very strong, dark roasted coffee, but I have to lighten it up with, it's more like, as my girlfriend said, hot chocolate. So it's very strong, but I have to cut it with, at home I use cream. I got cream yesterday, not even half and half. I got real cream thanks to Serena Catania. We were at the event. She said she had her car. I said, could you do me a big favor? Can we, on the way back, get some half and half somewhere? She said, sure. So we went to get the half and half. They had real cream. So I got real cream enough after the summit. I'm ecstatic because that's what I'm used to at home. Real cream, not half and half. Fantastic. So the schedule for today is they have a panel at 9 o'clock, some kind of an industry panel, and I'm going to film that. And then they have breakout sessions, 2 sessions all the way up. And I want to film and attend some of those. So that's what it is going today. And at the end of today, after dinner, there is the expo night, which is a big night. That's the night everybody's in the big room, lots of food, lots of beverages, and all the different vendors are around. And we get to stop at each vendor place. And of course, we're going to be stopping at Hedges' place and interview Paul. And we're going to stop at Cormelt's place and interview Roger. Okay? Both of those are sponsors. Both of them get extra time for an interview today. Not 30 minutes, but I mean just a good solid 5-minute interview as I'm walking around, and anything else they want to make announcements. I think Hedge got some announcements, and I think Cormelt's got some announcements as well, where they want to demo their new products. So thank you for them sponsoring them, both of them, sincerely. That's my schedule for today. People having bought M1 and M2 must be thrilled, but update with regards to the use of the built-in media engines in plural. That sounds like something. How many people from Apple performed the presentation? I think 4 or 5. They had a person that did the iPad presentation. Bill Davis, of course, is the chief person. He did most of the Final Cut Pro stuff. They also had somebody demonstrating Logic, the new version of Logic, which is very cool, both on the iPad and the Mac. And they had, then they had a woman talking about the M3 MacBook Pros. So I think 4. There was more than that there, but those are the 4 presenters. They were excited. The Apple Final Cut Pro team was excited. They were very happy, and they were excited about not just this update. You can tell they thanked the audience, probably 150 people, I would say. They started out by saying, we want to thank you for being dedicated to Final Cut Pro and not, doing whatever, jumping ship and, I'm going to go to Resolve and I'm going to go to Premiere. I understand that, but it's not something that I'm going to be doing. I'm not jumping anywhere. I'll use the other NLEs, but I'm not jumping. I'm not abandoning Final Cut. This is a good, solid update. It has 2 or 3 major things, and it's 10.7, and they saved the announcement for the Final Cut Pro attendees. Logic came out on a press release at Apple Press Room earlier in the day, a couple hours earlier, 10.8. No Final Cut Pro announcement. They saved it until they could show us, the attendees of the Final Cut Pro Summit, first. We got the worldwide exclusive debut of Final Cut Pro 10.7. Then Apple announced it. After we got the debut. This is 4 times now. 4 out of the last 5 times we've got Final Cut Pro updates at the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. Yes, Motion was updated, but I think it was just something ported over from Final Cut Pro. I think it was the tracking issue thing. How was iJustine? iJustine was, of course, as she normally is. She's a very bubbly, effervescent YouTube personality, and she has, I think she said 6.1 or 7.1 million subscribers and over 1 billion with a B views on her YouTube channel, and she's a big Final Cut Pro proponent, so that's good. How was Justine's presentation? It was very good. I taped her presentation. I'm not going to release the presentations. I'm doing it more for future media conferences if they want to use some of the footage. So that's not footage that I can, besides, a short little clip or a photograph or something. I'm not going to release the whole thing. Here's our friend Alex Raculia coming in from Italy. Absolutely. Were there any hardware controllers on display at Apple which you could talk about? Hardware controllers, I don't think so, other than for the iPhone. They had a whole table set up of iPhone rigs and microphones and lights and all that stuff, even a couple of gimbals. I like the gimbal better. I have half a dozen hard cage rigs. I don't like them for holding the thing and filming, because no matter how good you are, you're still going to shake and move and stuff. I mean, if you want that, that's fine, but I like the gimbal better, and I rig up my gimbal. Now, having a cage, if you're going to be on a tripod, that's a different story. It gives you all kind of options and cold shoes and stuff. So I'm not a fan of cages. The only thing is, if you need lenses, if you need neutral density filters, yes, then you got to get a specific cage you can mount that stuff, because you can't do that on a iPhone gimbal. You can use that on a bigger gimbal, but the weight will be too much. It won't work. The mastering assistant on Logic is really nice. I was wondering if that was going to be part of the audio components in Final Cut. Not yet. I haven't got over that yet. This is a good question. What's the vibe from the other attendees? I think everybody is excited. I think everybody's excited about the fact that they did an update at the Creative Summit, first time in person. Look, I'm a Mr. Scrolling Timeline, okay? I've been talking about getting the Scrolling Timeline #1 on my list for 15 or 16, 17 years, since Final Cut Pro 5, not 10.5. I did a top 50 list of things I wanted to see in Final Cut when Final Cut version 5, the old legacy version, was out, and the Scrolling Timeline was #1 then, and it was #1 until yesterday. Now it's crossed off the list. Somebody even asked me from Apple, said, are you going to cross that off the list now? Of course I'm going to cross it off the list. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. As a matter of fact, let me see if I have it up here. I'll pull it up. Absolutely, I'm crossing it off the list. I did that last night. Is that it? Huh. Well, I think I did it on a live stream last night. I had a big X to it, but I'll update the website for sure. So the attendees, everybody is excited. There's a lot of buzz, and we're still not done yet, so we'll have to see what else happens. Now, this is an interesting question. Did they mention the Apple Vision Pro? I don't think so. Let me think. No, they did not. I don't remember anybody talking about Apple Vision Pro from Apple. Any update to Apple's own roto-masking type tool? Well, there's some kind of an advance for tracking. It's some kind of a machine learning step up from what it was, more accurate, much, much faster. Exporting is much, much faster. I'm happy with your enthusiasm and the Final Cut Pro news. Thank you very much. Final Cut Pro Summit is a revigorant place to stay. It is. It absolutely is. Listen, besides the Scrolling Timeline, I don't care about anything else. That makes me ecstatic. Now, I understand not everybody is satisfied with that. But regardless what else we need, this is things that we now have in Final Cut coming out this month. Scrolling Timeline, absolutely. It's going to make my life so much easier. I don't have to go to Logic nearly as much now. And the other thing is this new compound clip thing for the secondary storyline. Let's go. I'm going to go find that, because that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Here we go. So let's go over, let me see, where can I put that? Let me, I think you can still see me, right? Let me go over here. Yeah, here we go. So let me reduce this, and I think, see, normally I have 3 screens I work with, so this doesn't. Now let me see, what can we do here? What can I do? How do I do this? Oh, I go to videos, MacBook. I don't know if this is going to do it or not. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to pull this up here. There we go. Open it up big. Actually, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go to Screen Share, Safari. There we go. So this is, let me see what they call this. I don't even know. New in Final Cut Pro. Can I make that bigger? How do I make that bigger? I'm not sure. Okay. New in Final Cut Pro. There we go. Let's pull the text up nice and big. New in Final Cut Pro. I'm going to turn that. Let me pull my camera up there. Video source, FaceTime. Here we go. So new in Final Cut Pro. Powerful features, and I don't know what, I keep forgetting what that thing's called. Powerful organization tools. So scrolling timeline for one, and you can zoom in and out, of course, and the waveforms we drew. Oh, and they did something with the colors and roles. Did they add more colors? These colors look more vibrant than the existing colors, from what my vision is, because the existing colors are kind of dull to me. They're very dull, and a lot of them look the same. So I don't know if they added more colors in there. I'm not clear on that. Maybe they did. Maybe they're using selective colors. So they did something with colors, and they did something with role organization in the timeline. They refined that. That's another big deal. So editors can now work more efficiently than ever by quickly cleaning up complex sections of the timeline, and can fine-tune the edit by combining a selected group of overlapping clips, so that's a connected clip, not just a regular storyline, into a single connected storyline. That's what they're calling it. Instead of a connected clip, it's a connected storyline, and the storyline can have overlapping clips, which the storyline could not have before. And it expands right in the timeline. When you expand it, it doesn't jump to another timeline off the screen. It expands right in the timeline. That is phenomenal update. That is, I'll be using that all the time. So there's the command, and that's what it looks like. You can select all these clips that they're showing into a single timeline now, and it's a connected timeline. That's big. That's another big feature. That's another big feature. Let me get back over here. Where are we? Here we go. So that's 2 gigantic features: scrolling timeline and this connected storyline thing that they're doing. They're getting the idea, okay, we're not going to jump to another screen when you expand the new connected storyline. It stays in place. You can see the clips that are in place. It's like a connected clip, a compound clip storyline is like what it is. Select a bunch of clips, boom, put it into a storyline. It's connected, it expands in place. Very cool. They've done something with the role organization and role colors. I'm not clear exactly what's going on there, but they've done something like that as well. Do they mention multi-user? You mean collaboration? Not yet. Not yet. Can you mask out other objects other than people? That would be nice. I thought you could mask out anything, like titles and stuff. Yes. Yes. Looks nice. Matthew says looks nice. Okay, Yari says audio roll colors won't override video roll colors. I didn't know they did that, Yari, before. That's interesting. You tell me that's what they did? I got to see how that connected storyline works. It doesn't compute right now. So what it is, normally with a storyline, you cannot put clips in a storyline that are overlapping. You can only put clips that are single space, and they have to be on the same lane. You can't put clips above it, you can't put clips below it, and you can't put clips that are overlapping into a storyline. Now you can. Now you can select clips above the lane you're in, below the lane you're in, clips that are doing this, overlapping. They can all go into a connected storyline. Think of it as a compound clip storyline. That's what it is. But when you double click on a compound clip, it goes to another timeline. It has no relation to the timeline you're in. You expand the connected storyline clip, it expands right in place, right where you are. It shows you all your different clips. You can move them around and do stuff with it. So that's what it is. But what will it look like on the timeline? It's a mystery to me. It's just like a single line. If it's connected, I mean, if it's not expanded, it's like a single storyline. You have to expand it to see what's inside of it. Looks like a regular storyline. A compound clip, connected compound clip, is not the same as a storyline, but it's like that. Does the audio wavelength previews on timeline snap nicely, or is it still a lag when drawing them up as you move them in the timeline? That would also be nice. I think they've dramatically improved the redrawing of the audio waveforms because of the ability. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. You guys are the best. Because of the new scrolling timeline feature. They've had, I think that's one of the issues, is they had to make sure that the audio waveforms are redrawing in real time and they don't slow things down with the scrolling timeline. They did that apparently in this update when it comes out. It could be up to today. Today's Tuesday. I mean, could it be today? Sure. It said later this month. Today's later this month. But I'm not going to wait to update to that one. I'll be updating to that. Back up your Final Cut Pro 10.6.9 app before you update to Final Cut Pro 10.7. Back up your projects. Don't forget. I wish they showed the timeline after you click the command. You mean, let's go back and look at that. I wasn't really paying attention. Graphics, MacBook. Did they show it? Yeah, it just looks like a regular storyline. It looks like a regular storyline. They're all collapsed into one. And they have a special way of dealing with overlapping clips and stuff. Because, I mean, it just collapsed into it looks like a normal storyline. It has the bar across the top and everything plays, but it's overlaid over top of the main storyline. It just collapses into like a compound clip, but it's a storyline instead. Everything expands in the storyline when you open it up. It doesn't jump to another timeline. That's the exciting part for me. That's the exciting part for me. All right, let's go back and watch. Let's go back and see that MacBook. Let's go back to the rest of the information. All right, so there it is. More optimization for Apple Silicon, which we all want, further optimization. Video professionals work on multiple projects at once. With this update, exporting these projects is now faster than ever. Users can speed up H.264 and HEVC exports by automatically sending video segments to available media engines for simultaneous processing. That's fantastic. And then we had these new Final Cut for iPads. Like I said, the more I see Final Cut for iPad in action, the more I understand. I understand younger people who do social media and they wanted this lightweight thing, and it's really, really cool for that. But I see it in person. I'm like, really cool. When they demonstrate it, I'm right there, and I said, well, I love that drawing on the screen thing. That is just great for social media and just circling things and stuff. So I'm coming around to it. I'm still not buying an iPad. I'm still not going to be buying an iPad just for Final Cut Pro. I still prefer the power of my MacBook Pro. My soon-to-be M3 my soon-to-be M3 Max MacBook Pro. I will be getting one because it's such a big step up from the M1 is what they're saying. I'll keep my M1 because I connected legacy RAIDs from it. I got to keep track of the time. But I will be getting the M3, probably MacBook Pro rather than, I don't think I'm going to wait for the Studio. I think I'm going to get the MacBook Pro. Hey, I'm late. What's up? I have to watch again later to catch up. Well, we have a scrolling timeline, Ben. Ben knows how long I've been asking for a scrolling timeline. We got a new scrolling timeline. We have a new connected secondary storyline now. I mean, it's, what do they, I keep forgetting what they call that. What do they call that? I keep forgetting the actual terms. They call that update while there's organization timeline agreement. By improving the existence of video rolls colors and audio roll colors. Improving the experience of viewing roll colors. Okay, so that's, what is that? Does that mean they add new colors or made them better? Fine-tune selected group of overlapping connected clips into a single connected storyline. Single connected storyline is what they're calling it. That's what they're calling it. I have no use for a scrolling timeline, but secondary storyline is useful. Audiobooks, listen, I use a scrolling timeline all the time. I don't care what you think. I don't care what anybody else says about a scrolling timeline. I've wanted it for 15 years. It's finally here. Don't use it. I don't care. I want it, and I'm super excited that they finally got it. All their curmudgeons that said, oh, I don't want a scrolling timeline. I don't care. I don't care that you don't want one. It's here, and I'm glad it's here. And I give a big kudos to the Final Cut Pro team for wanting it, for finally getting it to us. Did I hear collaboration a minute ago? That's, no, no collaboration. I would not mind if you could draw on the iPad when uses secondary monitor in conjunction with the Mac version. Do not think it will happen though. Well, there's an app that you can do that. There's an app that you can do that. I believe it flattens timeline clips into a new connected storyline. Is that overlapping ones and different lanes? Yes, it connects it all into a new connected storyline. It's like a compound clip storyline, a combination of the two, but it expands in place. When you double click a compound clip now, it shoots you to another storyline. This one expands in place. Like overwrite to primary storyline, except it overwrites all the clips into a new connected storyline. Yes. That's an exciting feature. And I'm not clear what they did with the colors. It says they've expanded the colors or made them something. I don't know if they added new colors. They look more graphically vibrant to me. They look more vibrant to me. So maybe they did something with expanding the storylines. I'm not sure. I mean, expanding the color palette. I don't know. I wish they would. I wish it was more like Logic's. They will be really useful for me. Absolutely. That's a big update. I often need to tidy up loads of connected clips and I've been working with, but I don't want to overwrite the primary clips. Absolutely. So that's a big deal for me. So like a compound clip that expands and collapses in the current timeline, it's like that. Instead of just a compound clip that you can connect things together into a single thing, it puts them all into a secondary storyline. Now, as you know, a secondary storyline you couldn't put clips that were overlapping, and you couldn't put clips that are on different lanes into a secondary storyline. Now you can. They can be on different lanes, and you can put them in. They can be overlapping. You can put them into a secondary storyline, and it's connected. And I guess it does all the things. Thank you very much for the thumbs up, everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So yeah, those two things are phenomenal. I'm not quite clear what the improvement on the rolls colors has done. To me, it looks like some of the colors are more expansive, but we have to wait till we see when we get it. We'll ask some more questions. Have Apple updated their Final Cut Pro webpage? No, because it's not out yet. It's not out. It's only been announced in a press release at the Creative Summit. We got the exclusive showing of that at the Creative Summit. This is one of the benefits of coming to the Summit. You get exclusive content like that. We didn't get it in 2019, but here we're back on track again. Exclusively worldwide debut of Final Cut Pro 10.7 at the Creative Summit. At the Creative Summit. We saw it, they demoed it, they talked about it. Listen, as excited as I am about the scrolling timeline and the secondary storyline thing, they were 2 or 3 times more excited than I am. They're excited about Final Cut. They're appreciative of the people that are hanging in there and promoting it and stuff. Now, like I said, this doesn't mean that I'm not going to say anything about what other features that I want. Of course, it's going to continue. We still need collaboration. We still need text-based editing. We still need some kind of a roles-based mixer thing. Absolutely. That's not going to stop. But this is another step on the stepladder. This is a big cross-out. This is a big cross-out on my list of things. So scrolling timeline, new secondary storyline, and new colors. Is that it? Optimization for Apple Silicon Macs, faster export. You can export to individual. You can simultaneously export to individual video engines. I'm not clear exactly. I guess some of them have independent video engines. So it's faster exports. The masking feature is now enhanced somehow, machine learning, so it's much faster and much more effective. Those are all the things that are they've announced so far. And the thing is, this is 10.7. So, but this is 10.7.0. This is the beginning of the 10.7 era of Final Cut Pro. Do you think they're not going to do anything else with 10.7? Of course not. They're going to do more with 10.7. This is the beginning of the 10.7 era of Final Cut Pro 10. The beginning. They gave us 3, 4, 5 new features in it, and I'm very, very happy. They're excited about it. The Final Cut Pro team is excited about it. We have to give them, I'm going to give them props. I'm excited about this update. I'm glad we got the update, and I'm excited about going forward. We still got a Q&A with the Final Cut Pro on Wednesday. How about making good coffee? Can Final Cut Pro do that? No, but I can. I made 1 cup, and I'm going to make another cup before I leave. I got some stuff I have to take care of. 7 o'clock. I got to keep track of my time because I got to get down there about 8:30. Got to leave here in an hour. I got to make sure everything's charged up. I got to make sure I got everything I need for the day, because it's not that easy to come back and forth to the hotel. It's a mile away. You got to walk or you got to take an Uber. One or the other. One or the other. Optimized for M-series processors. Does that mean that people who are on Intel Macs be out of luck? Maybe a question for Wednesday. I don't know how much optimization they can do with Intel at this point. I don't know. It just means the Intel version will continue to work as it has. I don't know how I think the optimization for the M-series is obviously the future of the Mac platform, and of course of Final Cut Pro as well. What about the telepathic interface? So I can just think what I want. It happens. They doing that yet? You know what, Ben? They said they sent you a beta of that. Didn't you get the beta of that telepathic thing? Yeah. The interesting thing is, I haven't seen any Vision Pro. People asked about that. I don't think I've seen anything but Vision Pro. So, what are you excited about today? Well, first off, we got an industry panel first thing in the morning. That's going to be cool. Ija's team was yesterday. She did her usual, bubbly. He's very bubbly, and she, she's a YouTube personality, extremely successful. She knows what she's doing, and she's getting into scuba diving because of Steve Martin, and she said she was terrified of water, and Steve Martin got her doing that. So that's very cool. Ben's laughing because I told him they sent him a beta of the telepathic version of Final Cut Pro. So that's fantastic. So listen, everybody, you guys are the best, absolutely the best. We got a lot of thumbs up. Thank you very much for the thumbs up today. And just, you know, as you're enjoying these live streams, I'm putting a lot of effort into it, and I'm not done. I have video clips I couldn't even get to. Let me go over and see if I can find a video clip to play for you. Let me see here. What am I doing? Going there. Date modified. Oh no, I'm on this G7 Shield. There we go. Let me just pull up something. So one of the things, let me just see what I got here. That's not that one. That's just walking down there. There's my breakfast. We don't want to see that. There's the before. There's that. There's that. There's that. I did some interviews with people before.
Putting out on social media, let people know that you're actually here, or it's just actually going to happen.
There's Ben. Absolutely. So I talked to people before.
Here, let's get a photo here.
Here we go. Here's one. My friends. Let's do this one. Let me see what this is. Open with QuickTime Player. Okay. Now, how do I put that back? Let me pull this back over here. Let me pull this over here. So this is one of the clips. I'll play this one clip. Let me go to the video. Where's the video? Videos. Here we go.
Here, let's get a photo here. Right here, right here. Okay, we're facing. We're facing. Here, let's get up closer. Here we go. Look at this.
The Australians are here.
They are.
In person.
They dominate.
We really do. There's a lot of us here.
There's a ton of Australians here.
Did you know the guy that we were talking to last
Yeah,
time?
Ben.
Right. You know him before.
Nope.
Oh, right.
Do you still consider Roger an Australian or not?
Yeah, he sounds
Okay.
Australian.
Okay.
Swears like an Australian.
Well, he's from Australia originally, that's why, but he doesn't live there now, in Singapore or something. Thailand.
I consider feeling great Australian.
Well, that's true too, I forgot about them.
Even though that's become very...
So we got a lot of camaraderie, of course. I talked to Steve Martin quite a bit, and Mark Spencer. In fact, Mark Spencer and I talked about guitars a lot. Mark Spencer and Mike Yanovich and myself talked about guitars, of all things, because we're all guitar players. Have a good day, Richard. Bring us some news later. Connect up with the free hotel shampoo and soap. Absolutely. All right, Ben, thanks for tuning in. It's appreciated. Are the Phonica Pro friends there? Bill and Ian and Steve. I just showed you Ian and Steve. Absolutely. Oh, they're all there. Everybody's here. Yep. Do the attendees get a swag bag? I haven't seen any hardware stuff. We get food for sure. Hey, speaking of Roger Bolton, when you see him, tell him I said hello. I will. Well, I'm going to be interviewing Roger later tonight at the expo because he's a sponsor of Phonica Pro Radio, and I think I'm going to be recording his session tomorrow. He wanted me to record that, so we got to work out the details. We got to work out the details. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. It is appreciated, and don't forget, buymeacoffee.com/Richard Taylor to support my viewing all these live streams that I'm doing, and I'm going to be doing more and more after the event. I'd interviewing a lot of people, and tonight is expo night. This morning is the industry panel. Got to keep track of my time. Industry panel, I want to get in there and film that, and I'm going to be doing more filming behind the scenes, filming today, I mean. Let me just check one more thing here.
Very exciting, really exciting, and watch a lot of. For me, it's
Live? No, I'm not going to stream any of the sessions.
I'm Mark Malone.
How you doing, Mark? Richard Taylor.
Nice to meet you.
I'm just filming some stuff.
I just want to give you a. We'll open up this one. This one is. This one is. Just want to give you an idea of what it's like at the actual sessions that we deal with. Let me go over here, and I'll pull up the.
Raise your hand. Okay? And yeah, personally just been to the summit before, either online, and how exciting is it to be back in person in 2023? Right? Oh, I'm so glad this event has been brought back since 2019, and that we're about to go very shortly over to Apple and have an amazing experience today. My name is Nick Carraz. I will be, among other things, a moderator for various panels throughout the summit, and welcome. So let's get started. First time I'm actually delivering a keynote from my iPhone, a little trick I learned yesterday. I just want to thank all of the sponsors for making this event possible.
So that's what one of the session rooms look like. Just, they're nice. I filmed them in there. You know what? The iPhone 15 is doing amazing in low light. I'm very impressed because I brought my Lumix camera specifically to be working with low light. Keep us updated. Also, Richard, also known as Sir, thanks a lot. Thank you very much, Torgrim, for tuning in today. Everybody, it's been fantastic. We got a lot of viewers, got a lot of likes, thumbs up, and that's all appreciated. You can also buymeacoffee.com. Buy me a coffee for $5. I'm spending a lot of money on food and Ubers and stuff like that, and I have my two sponsors and also Future Media Concepts. That's the sponsor. I'm their media. I'm one of the media sponsors. But if you appreciate what I'm doing and spending all this time doing these live streams, buy me a coffee. It's appreciated. I'll give you a cheers when I go to get the coffee itself. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to be coming back again today. After the Expo night, I'm going to try to stream. I will be streaming some of the Expo night, okay, today. I'll be streaming some of that. It won't be as extensive as these because I don't have control. I'm in a live audience situation. Sound is different. In my room here, I have very specific. I can keep things quiet. I can do my lighting. I can do my audio. I'm using this. Oh, you know what? I got the wrong microphone. Heck. All this time I'm on the wrong microphone. Let me turn this one on. It was on the MacBook Pro microphone. Isn't that weird? I didn't plug this in, so this one wasn't available. MV88 microphone, which is, I'm sure it's better than the MacBook. The MacBook does a great job. I'm amazed at the job it does. I didn't even notice. Anyway, buymeacoffee.com, buymeacoffee.com/Richard Taylor. Go ahead and buy me a coffee. Show your support financially as well as other things. Sound was super. It was. The MacBook Pro microphones are phenomenal, especially in a quiet area like this. But anyway, I'm going to try to thank you very much for the thumbs up. Well, we got a lot of thumbs up again today, a lot of viewers, especially in a loud environment. I don't have the control and stuff, and it's confusing. And here I can do quiet things. So I'll try to come back and do another quick live stream tonight when I get back to my room, but it's going to be late because we got the Expo night, I think lasts till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and I'm up getting back here till 9:30 or 10, which I'll be tired. So I might have to wait till tomorrow morning for the next big live stream in the hotel room, this one. But I will be doing some short live streams from the summit during the day. We're not going to Apple Park today, so I have more time to work with things and sit down and get some clips together. So I'll be doing a couple live streams during the day quick, but they won't be in the controlled environment like this, and they might even be on the iPhone. I don't know. Thank you. Everybody here is excited. Is everybody 100% satisfied? No, of course not. But we're all excited. We're enthusiastic. The Final Cut Pro team did a great job. I want to get complete kudos to them yesterday. Absolutely. They did a great job. Sound level is higher now, but had you not told us, I would not have thought about it. I know, I just wasn't, the MacBook Pro does a great job. The MacBook Pro does a great job with microphones, but I have my Shure MB88 here, USB-C, that I really, really like. I'm impressed you went this long. Eat a good meal and take care of yourself. Absolutely. Yeah, I have to get down there. I got to organize things, make sure I take everything with me. It's not impossible to get back to the hotel, but it's a mile away. You either have to walk it for 15, 20 minutes, or you have to get an Uber. It's $6, $7, $8. Although yesterday, like I said, Serena Catania rode me around and got me some cream for my coffee. That I'm ecstatic about. Versus just half and half was good, but cream is better. So we actually got cream. Went to a Target and got cream. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, everybody. It is appreciated, completely appreciated. Just going to do this and make a copy of that, so I have a copy. Absolutely. We got 20 thumbs up today so far, which is fantastic. Fantastic. Let me just lower that down there. Graphics 2. Oh, there we go. So this is my top 100 list for Final Cut Pro. I've been running this for years, 15 years. Oh, before Final Cut Pro 10. Before Final Cut Pro 10 came out. And this is the number one that's been on my list. Crossed out. Scrolling timeline. The number one thing on my list has now been taken care of. Has now been taken care of. This video, iMovie for iPad scrolling timeline, has got 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 views, whatever it is. But this is what I wanted to show you. This is, it's even more than that. Oh, let me just do this. Heck with that. We'll do this one. This is what I wanted to show you. Because you can't see this. I can't see this. We got 23 thumbs up, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. That's just for this morning's live stream. Fantastic. I'm going to get out of here, get ready for the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, day 2, and we still got day 3 tomorrow. BuyMeACoffee.com. Go over there and buy me a coffee. You can also go to PayPal. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. You just got another one. You go to PayPal and just use Richard at FCPRadio.com. You can contribute there as well. I think there's a link up there for buying a coffee at the summit. I'm excited. It's only day 1. Apple Final Cut Pro team. Big thumbs up to the Final Cut Pro team. The entire team absolutely did a great job yesterday. Looking forward to more. Thank you for the thumbs up. Looking forward to more of Final Cut Pro 10.7. This is just the beginning. We got new features. 10.7 is just the beginning. This is 10.7.0. So let's, thank you for the thumbs up. We got another one. Let's see what else 10.7 has to do. This is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of 10.7, not the end. This is the beginning. There's going to be more, I'm sure, coming forward. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you. Thank you for Hedge. Thank you for CoreMount. Thank you for Future Media Concepts. And thanks to every one of you. I have the best audience available of any Final Cut Pro live stream. This is the best one. You are the best. I'll be back later today with another live stream. Thank you very much.